Okay, today we're going to learn how to rotate an already animated 3D character. And what we're going to do here is we're going to use a DirectX animated model from over at the game creator's website. So I'm going to go to File, I'm going to go to Import. I want it to be, what am I looking for? DirectX files. And then I'm just going to go, come on. And I'm going to find them on here. So, program files. Where are we at here? Look for the game creators. I'm going to go for where is FPS creator, files, entity bank. And then we go back to we're going to model pack 4 characters. Just for the heck of it, we'll do alright, civilian male. I'm going to click on him and let him import in. This is coming in as a DirectX file. And alright, now if you have you see that there's the animation right there. Alright, but the point of this is, alright, say I'm bringing this guy in, he's in DirectX file, and I want to export him out to a B3D to work with, Blitz 3D format. If you look anything in DirectX file, like this is just a standard how it's set up, default factory. In DirectX file, the toes point out, I'll say to my left, because I'm facing the screen, it's left. So what I want to do is take him and face him right. So what I'm going to do now, I got this guy in, you could texture him, but I'm not going to get into all that. What I'm going to go over is, come over to here, and I'm going to go to transform. And what I want to do is I want to rotate all. Okay. Now, once we start going into, this is going to tell us all the information. It's what we need to mess with. I'm going to leave it checked at center of mass. Alright. And because if you scroll out here, you'll see that this is the y-axis, the x-axis, and running in the third dimension would be the z-axis. But I want to rotate this guy around the y-axis. So I'm going to come down here, and you'll see that I already did it before. So since I want to turn him at 180 degrees, I just went there, put in, we'll say 180. So we're at 180 degrees. Now this is where it'll say correct animation. This is where it gets a little goofy for me. Now this might be blurry, so I'm going to show you. I'm going to tell you, explain this. What you want it to look as is you'll see the word false and an unchecked box. Which, when it's false with an unchecked box, that means that it's actually true. That it's going to correct it. Because if you see a false with a box, and if you check it, that just made it false. So it's a little goofy. So that's the setting you have to play with. No, it's listed here as true with a check mark. You don't want that. I know it's confusing, but if you experiment with it, you'll see what I mean. So I'm going to unclick that. So you want to say false with the box unchecked. And now I'm going to go up here and I'm going to go to default pose. You don't select the animation, you just select default pose. And now we got that, we got the angle, we should have that set up. And now I'm going to click on invoke. And now you see the guy rotated and you see his toes are facing, like if I'm facing the screen, are facing right in this top down view. So you see his toes are facing over that way. And now when I click on animation 1, because that's where all the animations are, you'll see that he still stays that way and the animations play. Alright. And so that's pretty much how you're going to rotate it. Like I said, and if you're trying to get him into different, let me get out of there. If you're trying to get him into different game engines, you might have to rotate him along the x-axis to lay him down on his back. So if you, we'll say you had to do that, I'll go up here to, and if you have to change it again, you'd want to zero that out. I'll say the x-axis, I'll take him just for the heck of it, at negative 180. Go to default pose. This might be doing it right. I might be messing it up. I think I'm pushing my luck. And let me invoke. Now I spun them completely upside down, and the animation stayed the same way. But it depends on what your what game engine you're trying to go to. It depends on how you'd lay them down on the floor and all that crap. So, but you actually see that I turned them upside down. But that's pretty much the long and short of it. And if it's not clear enough, well, hopefully it is. Go back to default pose. But like I said, when you go into transform, rotate all, it's really the correct animation box that you might have a little bit of trouble with. So just click at either way and see what works for you. But that should be it on this tutorial. And I hope you learned something. And I hope to make some more tutorials for FragMotion. This was done in FragMotion 1.13, by the way. Alright guys, thanks for stopping by.